If you've been surprised by how fast the world is changing, imagine what it's been like for educators watching their students speed ahead technologically. Maybe it helps when the alphabetically ordered TechnoSoup starts with tasty-sounding Delicious and Moodle, but then you veer into RSS, Skype, and of course Twitter, Wii, and Wikis. Young people know them all, and teachers are beginning to understand how to make them part of the learning environment. And that's the goal of High Tech Hall.
We tried to dream about what it is that teachers would want to see and what they would want to do with technology in their classroom. And I am just amazed at the number of people who are here and the number of things that we're watching teachers do.
It can be hyperlinked to images, it can be hyperlinked to other websites where they found their information, and it can have them main points.
So we're here in High Tech Hall, and we have a lot of classroom presenters, but one in particular I know very well. It's my wife, Mary, right behind me, talking away, not listening to a thing I say. That's pretty normal, actually. But she seems to have a big draw here today on smart boards.
I have seen more children just turned on to education by using smart boards than any other piece of technology that I've seen in the last 10 years. It's such an interactive piece of equipment. And what I like about what's going on here is teachers have gotten together and they've developed the lessons that are now on the smart board. And they are just building a whole new generation of learners.
Teachers are presenting group demonstrations like the one in this technology classroom. It's Verizon's Thinkfinity.org, a free web-based resource for educators, parents, and students. Thinkfinity.org is one of the sponsors of High Tech Hall, along with Apple, the Star Ledger News and Education Program, NJEA, and the Center for Teaching and Learning.
Sure, this is VoiceThread.
At one of the many small group demonstrations, teacher Susan Whaling is presenting VoiceThread, a web-based digital storytelling application that allows users to share their images, documents, and videos. You can add voice, text, or video comments, and even doodle while commenting. It's a way to promote collaboration and threaded discussion. Another item in that alphabet TechnoSoup is PLN, Personal Learning Network. PLNs have been around for a while now, but what's new is the ability to reach out to a much wider group of people than ever before. There are a number of online tools you can use to connect to a community of learners. Former teacher, now school psychologist, Damon Barrieksa demonstrates some of his favorites.
Sites like Delicious, social bookmarking, allow you to bookmark sites and then share your bookmarks with other teachers or other people either in your school or in your district or just around the world.
And here's the question I have. It's about Twitter. I don't understand Twitter at all. So first of all, Damien, can you tell me what Twitter is?
Twitter, as far as educators are concerned, I consider it a global faculty room. It's a place where I can reach out to teachers, social workers, psychologists, anyone to do with education around the world. Now, if I have a question or if I want to share an article I read or if I need to get some feedback, I can go to the folks I follow on Twitter and get feedback pretty much any time of the day or night.
Now, if you're thinking, sure, free web tools are great, but it's the big gadgets that aren't in the budget. Well, that's where Eric Miller and Chris Sylvester come in. They presented a number of innovations that won't break the bank.
This year at convention, the focus of our presentation was introducing digital technology into the classroom.
The whole concept was to save money and do this with stuff that you could find at a Best Buy, a Radio Shack, around your house, in the classroom even. We took a $40 Wii remote, an $8 infrared pen, we had an LCD, and a Bluetooth-ready laptop, and for, I guess that equals out to about $75, we made essentially an interactive whiteboard.
One of the other things we did at the convention was time-lapse photography using a programmable TI-83 calculator. And what that will do is communicate with the camera and take a picture every so many seconds. And by changing the variable, we can increase the speed of the pictures being taken or increase the time in between each frame. And what we're using today, we're doing paper chromatography. And once we're done there, we'll go over to the digital microscope and we're going to look at capillary blood flow through the goldfish tail.
As we near the end of the alphabet, we come to the wiki. Another teacher at Audubon High School created a wiki she uses with her students.
Wiki is basically a space on internet that kids can come together as a lab group, which is what I do in my classroom. They come together in one space, say you have 2 or 3 lab partners, and each member of the group has an ability to go in and edit the report. Now, as a teacher, I can go in and see who edited at what point. So it's really information sharing, information gathering, sharing, bringing it into one area and allow their lab group to see it, and also allows the teacher to look at it and grade it online.
So from delicious to wikis, High Tech Hall has it all in one place.
In school, we have to arrange for professional development and get out of, get time, and usually it overruns the 40-minute periods. Here, we have everything we need to upgrade us, bring us into the 21st century. I've learned to Twitter. 2 of my colleagues and I just learned to use the smart board. Also taught me how to podcast, how to blog, all this morning.
This is a way to turn teachers on to what the best is that's out there, and it's a way to keep kids in education.